What if getting unstuck and getting a breakthrough in life isn't so much about waiting for a magical and miraculous moment for things to change to the better, and it's more so about creating your own luck and creating your own breakthrough? What if you just need to learn to open up more energetically to receive more and to create your own magic in your life? Fully learning and applying what I'm about to share with you in this video is exactly what took me from the never-ending loop of feeling like I was stuck to manifesting more money, more opportunities, more love interests, and what made me feel overall like I was being spoiled by the universe, by God. So if you're tired of the same old, then girl, I got you. Before you can actually make progress and get unstuck, you have to become clear on what it is that is keeping you stuck. What is it that is blocking the progress? And what area of your life is it that you need to focus in the most? You need to be very clear and you need to be very honest with yourself here. And you need to also think outside of the box, because this could be something that you very much don't see on a conscious level, and more so something that is blocking you at a subconscious level. And I'm going to start off by giving you a personal example. For the longest, for months, and basically for a whole year, I was making $0 a month, all for the simple reason that I was afraid to start coaching one-on-one. And it wasn't until I decided to face this fear of feeling like I wasn't ready, like I'm not the right person, and until I decided to lean into my intuition and that I actually finally posted and started doing one-on-one coaching sessions, that I started seeing an increase and change in my income. So for me personally, the loop that I felt most stuck in was my career and my finances. And I had to acknowledge where and how I was keeping myself stuck in those areas. Because the thing is that we tend to blame anything and everything but ourselves. We don't like taking accountability, but we have to if we actually want to make progress. Maybe you're still having relationship issues and you haven't found the one because you keep dating your usual type. Maybe you've been feeling unfulfilled, unhappy, and stuck in your job because you're not willing to take the leap of faith and go for something new. Maybe you have low self-esteem and you don't feel as confident in yourself because you don't dedicate enough time and enough energy into your self-care routine and into doing inner work. So I want you to ask yourself this question. If there were no limitations, no fears, no excuses, what would you do differently than what you're doing right now? Forget all the logical reasons why you can't do these things or why you can't change things around just for a moment, and write down what it would take for you to get unstuck. Think about the actions that you need to take and think about what needs to change both on a mental and physical level. What needs to change in your routine, in your habits? Maybe it's the people around you. Maybe you need to change the fact that you have a scarcity mindset, which we're going to dive into in the next step, but I need you to get clear on this first. And then from here, you need to double down in this area. If the main area that you're stuck in right now is your finances or your relationships or your health, we're going to focus on just that area first, and then from there, everything else is also going to align on its own. This is called the ripple effect. When you work on one area of your life, many times it's going to bleed on to the other areas of your life. Let's say that for now, the area of your life that you're going to be focusing on is getting fit and going to the gym. By actually focusing on that, you're going to be waking up earlier and going to the gym consistently 3 times a week. This will simultaneously help you become a more disciplined and organized person. Let's say that you decide to open a small candle business on the side as you work on your 9 to 5 to bring in more income. At the same time, while you're receiving that extra income, you're also working on something that you're passionate about. You're also working on building something that is actually going to bring you fulfillment and that isn't going to burn you out all of the time. Back to my example, once I started coaching one-on-one, not only am I bringing more income, but I also face my fear of not being wise enough or not being ready. I'm also doing something that I'm deeply and truly passionate about, which is guiding and teaching other women. Now that you're clear in what area you're most stuck in and why you've been so stuck in this area, let's talk about how you can start attracting with much more ease, how you can open up doors to more opportunities. But most importantly, let's get into the reason of why things are blocked for you, why there's no momentum in your life. There's 2 main reasons why you're feeling like you don't attract with ease. And the first one is your energetic state of being. It is the energy that you are admitting to the universe at any given moment and day. This is when you're operating from lack mentality. This is when you're operating from scarcity and victim mentality. This is when you're operating from that space that says, Good things never happen to me. Things can never be that easy. And the second reason why you're not manifesting or attracting as easily as you would like for things to be, whether it's attracting your partner, more money, a career that feels aligned, feeling more confident in yourself, it's because of your internal limiting beliefs, your core beliefs. This is the internal voice that you have that says that you're not worthy enough, that you don't have the leadership qualities to start a business or coach other people. This is the voice that says that you could never be someone that makes $10,000 in 1 month because that's too grand, that's too big, right? No, these are all just your limiting beliefs. They're just false doubts. Think of these two things, your energetic state of being and your limiting beliefs, as walls. Think of it as an energetic door or some sort of blockage that doesn't allow these things to flow into you because you're blocking it with this type of mindset. The money, it's there for you to have. Anyone can make money. Money is ever ending. It flows. The ideal partner that you want, he's there waiting for you or she. The version of yourself that you know you can be and that lives within you, you just need to awaken her. You just need to believe that you are already her and start embodying her. But all of these thoughts are dismissing it. Any chance or any opportunity or any time that this comes close to you, guess what? It's going to get dismissed. It's going to get pushed away. You're going to sabotage it. And you do this at a subconscious level. And this is where mindset work and feminine energy are going to come in hand. Because the way in which you're going to receive more is by opening yourself to receive more. It is by changing your mindset and your energetic state. And there's only one way you're going to do this, and it is through inner work. Things don't have to be hard for you. The universe is always blessing you in so many ways, small ways, big ways. You just have to choose to tune into it. Tune into the little blessings that come your way every single day, because the more that you recognize good things happening to you, it's the more that you're going to recognize these blessings and opportunities flowing to you with ease. If you focus more on the negative things that happen to you, the more of those negative things you will witness in your life. It's like when you see a yellow car and you point that out and all of a sudden you're seeing yellow cars everywhere. This is the same exact concept with life. And remember that your natural essence is feminine energy. And feminine energy is all about receiving. It's about being. It's about flow and ease. So going forward, what you're going to start doing to change your mindset and to change your energetic state of being through feminine energy and through your experiences is that you are going to write down for 30 days straight every single blessing that happens to you. You're going to write down from day 1 to 30. And each day you will write down whatever you experienced that felt good and that felt in alignment with what you're trying to attract. So let's say that you're trying to attract more abundance and money. Well, on day 1, perhaps someone decided to pay for your meal. On day 2, maybe someone that you live with decided to make you breakfast. On day 3, maybe someone opened a door for you. On day 4, maybe you found $1 on the street. On day 5, maybe a stranger said something to you that was very meaningful and that really resonated with you. Basically, the point with this is to recognize and highlight those moments of abundance, because that is the frequency that you want to tap into. I have to admit that this was the most pivotal moment. This was the moment that I can look back at and say, that is when everything changed. It's when I decided to focus on the things that I wanted to see more of instead of the things that I did not like. This is so powerful, and I feel like me explaining it and saying it is just not enough. So you really have to just try it to understand what I'm speaking about. But don't doubt the power in this, because you will become energetically aligned, your mindset will change, and you will notice a difference. And what I personally also did is that under every note that I wrote for every day, I also wrote how that made me feel. When my mom randomly made me breakfast, I would say, wow, look, I got surprised this morning with someone making breakfast for me. Now I don't have to do that. The universe is always blessing me unexpectedly. Oh, someone decided to pay for my meal. Wow, the universe is always being generous, and so on. My love, I just want you to know that there is so much power in the small things, the details, the things that we don't usually feel grateful for, and the things that we don't always recognize and give praise for. I guess you could also think of this as having a gratitude journal, which takes me to the very last pillar or tip that I have for you to attract with more ease and to actually make progress and see change in your life. Here are 7 micro habits that you're going to start applying right after this video so that you can maximize life opportunities and not miss out on them, because it is through the opportunities that you get the change that you want. The opportunity of coming across and meeting your future partner, the opportunity to make more money, to start making $10,000 a month, and so on. You have to expose yourself. You have to open yourself. You can't expect change by doing the same things you've always been doing. The first habit you can adapt to maximize life's opportunities is to be open to meeting new people. I feel like there are times that we shut down the opportunity to learn something new from an individual because of their background, because of what they look like, because we think that we wouldn't have anything in common, because we're afraid of starting the conversation, because it's not the type of individual that you usually surround yourself with or who is in your circle. And there's so much that you could be blocking yourself out of by doing that, because you don't know what new worlds, what new opportunities a person can introduce you to. You don't know who they know. You don't know if they have a friend or a brother or a sister that works in the field that you've been trying to get into. You don't know if they have a cousin that is your soulmate and you would have met them through them if you just gave them the opportunity. So this tip is just about being open and being open to learning, to new connections, which takes me to the second tip. And that is to not be afraid to seek out new experiences, to not be afraid to network, and to expand out of your current and usual location. Get out of your city. Go to restaurants and events that you've never been to before. And don't be afraid to go alone either. Or ask your friend to go with you if it's actually going to get you to go. When you go out to new places, when you have new experiences, your mind is literally being rewired to new things, to new perspectives. It helps you look at things differently. And it also ties in with what I just shared in the first tip about meeting new individuals. Maybe while you're out at this random class that you decided to try, or that new restaurant that is way outside of your comfort zone, you come across a CEO and you learn a couple of things from them, or better yet, they offer you a position in their company. This is exactly how my ex-coworker got hired for the last company I was working in. She was working at Starbucks and my old boss came in. She really liked her personality because she was friendly and outgoing, and she offered her a job. But she did also engage in conversation with her. Would she have been shut down? Would she have allowed her limiting beliefs to block her? She wouldn't have seen the opportunity, and she would still be working at Starbucks, which she didn't want to anymore. She wanted to expand, and she got a better position at the company that I was working at. The third tip is going to be to lean into your fears, is to do what scares you. You need to start posting if you want to grow on social media. You need to join that class if you want to get better at dancing or drawing or get more skilled at something. I always say that the life that you desire, the life of your dreams, is on the other side of fear. If you don't face your fears, you will never grow. You will never expand. You will never get unstuck. It is exactly that which is keeping you stuck. It is your fears. It is your limiting beliefs, like we talked about earlier. You're afraid of getting your heart broken again because it's been broken in the past. Lean into it and see what you can learn from dating again. If you're afraid of starting your own business because you don't know if you'll be capable of staying consistent, organized, and disciplined, lean into it either way and be okay with learning along the process. Be okay with adapting. Be okay with messing up. Be okay with things not being perfect. Be okay with learning from your mistakes, and still try, still throw yourself at it. I will always talk about how scared I was to start posting on this channel and how scared I was to start offering the one-on-one coaching sessions. Yet here I am, trying to guide other women and building a meaningful, fulfilling community of my own. The first tip to maximize the opportunities in your life is to not be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want and what you know you deserve. Don't be afraid to email or DM an individual that is in your field or that is living the life that you would like to live, and ask them questions. Ask them how they got there. Ask them what they did. Ask them if they're willing to have a chat with you for 30 minutes. Ask for that raise. Tell that person who you like that you like them. And this is not about chasing, so please do not confuse the two. You're not going to be forcing and go after what you want in a forceful way. But the thing is that you can also miss opportunities by not being willing to go after it. There's another feminine energy coach that I follow and who I admire. And I messaged her and I asked her how did she get over her fear of the imposter syndrome when she started coaching one-on-one. And yeah, I was, a little bit in my head thinking about what she would think because I'm reaching out and asking her these questions. But she was just so nice about it. And she reminded me and validated me that it's just my limiting beliefs. That is just imposter syndrome. And she also advised me to just start out with one client, one person, so that I can just prove to myself that I can do it, that it's possible. To not think of the grand scale because that can seem scary. And that was really great advice. And it actually did help me. It did inspire me to start offering the services for one-on-one coaching. Would I have done that? Perhaps I would still be thinking the same way. Perhaps I would still be thinking that I'm not ready. The fifth tip is going to be to say yes more often. Say yes. And saying yes is so amplifying because it literally and quite directly puts you in that energetic space of I'm open, give it to me all, I want it all. Say yes to going out more. Say yes to things you haven't done before. Instead of staying home all day and feeling tired and feeling uninspired and unmotivated, put yourself in new spaces that will awaken your creativity, that will open up your mind. Say yes to doing the favor if you normally say no. And I'm not talking about people pleasing. I'm talking about exposing yourself. Say yes to that job that will get you closer to the field that you want to be in, even if maybe you're starting out at entry level. Say yes to going social dancing, even if you feel like you're going to make a fool out of yourself or that you don't have rhythm. Again, it all goes back to not allowing your fears to block you. Because let's say that you're the type of person that is not going to go out social dancing because they feel like they're going to make a fool of themselves because they don't have rhythm. You're never going to learn how to dance. You're never going to get over the fear of being seen. If I wouldn't have said yes to my first sponsorship here on my YouTube channel, I wouldn't have made the extra money that I made, which I very much need, because this is my only source of income. This is my job. If I would have allowed my limiting belief to tell me, oh, I'm not ready for that, or it's going to come off as too selly, too markety, then I'd be doing myself a disservice. So I said yes instead. If I wouldn't have said yes to that really nice individual who took me on that nice date just because I'm afraid of getting hurt again, I would have missed out on the beautiful experience that I had with that person and on the lesson that they taught me, that allowed me to grow, and that brought me clarity on what it is that I want from a person. And even if those things that you say yes to don't necessarily work out, even if they're not exactly, let's say, what you wanted, see what you took from it. See how it helped you become better. Tip number 6, and the most powerful one, I would say, is certainly to listen to your intuition. It's to listen to your gut feeling. And this is going to bring you true alignment. This is how you're going to truly attract with ease and get unstuck. Out of all of the tips that I've shared, this one takes the cake. And your intuition will speak to you through such subtle and gentle ways, but subtle and gentle ways that can lead to such expansive and big things. Maybe today your intuition was simply nudging you to go work from the cafe that is near your house instead of staying at home and working from home. And while you're working there, you come across someone who becomes very important in your life. Maybe it's your new best friend. Maybe it's your love partner. Maybe it's a business partner. Maybe today you get a nudge feeling that you should take a different route to work. And on your way to work on this new route, you come across some sort of message, maybe a sign that you saw, or some sort of synchronicity that brings you the answer and the clarity that you have been seeking for about a problem in your life right now. But think about it. If you wouldn't have taken that road, you wouldn't have gotten that message. You wouldn't have received the clarity. If you wouldn't have gone to the cafe, you would have never came across that person. Listening to your intuition is just listening to that, I should eat this today instead. I should go to this place today instead. And it's also, I should probably cut this individual off. Being friends with this individual doesn't feel aligned anymore. It's that feeling that tells you that something's wrong or that something's right that you can't shake off. Listen to that, my love. Listen to that. And the last tip that is going to help you expand and bring in more opportunities is to become more knowledgeable in the area that you're interested in, is to also acquire more skills. But let's tie this into getting unstuck, and let's tie this into attracting with more ease. Let's say that you're stuck in your finances. I'm going to learn new ways to budget better. I'm going to learn what else I can do to bring in extra income in a way that feels aligned with me. I'm gonna go on ChatGPT and ask it. I'm gonna ask my friends. I'm gonna ask around. I'm gonna look up ideas. I'm gonna meditate on it. You don't know what it takes to have your own business and the legality of it? Go and take a course on it. Go and take a class. Go and look it up on Google or ChatGPT. You want to start attracting the right partner and the right people into your life? Learn about what it takes to be in that frequency and to attract this type of people. And from a business standpoint, learn everything that there is to know about your niche, your area. This is what I did with YouTube. When I started learning on YouTube, I wasn't just randomly posting videos. I educated myself as much as I could. I watched so many videos on how to grow your YouTube channel and what it takes to grow in here. Because most of the time, it is strategy. Most of the time, you need to know something about something. So my love, to sum everything up, getting unstuck is about facing the thing that is keeping you stuck, being real and clear with yourself, like your lack of discipline, your fears, and then once you figure out what it is, doubling down on that area, shutting everything else out, shutting down all distraction, and leveling up in that area of your life. And then remember that from there, you need to give yourself proof. Proof that things are working out in your favor. Proof that the universe is on your side. Proof that things can be easy. And you do that by recognizing the good things that happen in your life, by recognizing the blessings, by changing your mindset, and and by tapping into your feminine energy, of course. And I have a whole bunch of videos on all of this, so I'm gonna tag them down below if you really want to dive into all of this. I have a video where I dive into receiving with more ease, on being productive in the feminine way, in the easy way, and I even have a video on how your mindset actually blocks you. And then from there, you're going to allow yourself to take up all of life's opportunities by being more open, by saying yes more, by going after what you want, by doing what you're scared of. All right, my love, that is it for this video. Please let me know your thoughts. I sort of took a different approach to this video, and I wonder if it's noticeable, and I just want to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below how you felt, what you're taking away from this video, and until the next one, bye.